Davey, first thing to mention, how good was it having the gaffer back?
No, it was great. It was great. Just as expected. Even when we arrived there, all just the stewards and normal staff saying, "Oh, the manager's back." He just brings this energy and enthusiasm that obviously we know about, and it's incredible. He's not been there for 4 months, but it was really good. Just right away, he was in the dressing room. Every player came in talking to them, talking to each individual as a group. Yeah, it was really good to have him back.
He definitely put a lot of energy into what he did, back to his normal self. So how is he now?
No, he's good. It's like I think it's like anything. He's still got to be careful. He's not overdoing it. So I think that it takes a lot out of you just in general when you're a manager of a first team like Shrewsbury. So it's a lot of energy is used up, like, mentally, I think, and physically. So it's just a case of just relaxing again, and then hopefully he'll be back there tomorrow night, which he's planning to do. So we'll be delighted to see him again.
We're going up against Ipswich, and it's another team that have had a managerial change.
Yep.
How does that change preparation? I'm sure preparation that we had when the previous manager was there kind of goes out the window.
Yeah, obviously you look at some of this stuff and you try and get some sort of pattern, and since obviously Paul's went in there, we've just obviously looked at what's been going on and just try and get some sort of idea about how they're going to play, what their threats are, what we can maybe exploit them with. Same as we do every single game, we still do things out in the pitch again, going over set plays, so we're always preparing exactly the same for each game. No matter the team, no matter who the manager is, we'll always make sure that we've got the detail right to try and help the players.
Just looking at Ipswich themselves, what kind of football do they play, and what are their key threats that we need to look out for?
No, they've got a wee bit of a mixture. They do build out, but they also go a little bit longer. They've got some good players in there. Obviously watching the clips that Ben puts together for us and watching a couple of the games from a personal point of view, they've got a decent balance. They've got some good players. All right, they've not been in the best of runs, but they got a very good result against Swindon at the weekend. With the players that they've got, you can see that that's a club of their size. They have got good players, so it will be a hard game for us. The fact they've come off a win, no confidence will be high. But again, from our point of view, we actually did well at the weekend, just ran out of steam a little bit, but we get into the game still with the same confidence that we can hopefully get a result.
The weather wasn't great today, but how was training?
No, it was good. No, to be fair, the non-starters went out, as we always do on a Monday, to give them a bit more of an intense session. And to be fair, the games that we did with them were excellent, a really good tempo, good intensity. And then we did obviously set plays, and even though the weather was a wee bit challenging, players were great this morning, got on with it, just went through everything we need to get through with them regarding how we're going to do things tomorrow night, and again, vice versa, how we look at what they're going to do. But no, the players were fine in fairness this morning.
Physically, everyone okay? Everyone come through the last game okay as well?
Yeah, everybody seems fine, to be honest. It's a really gruelling season, and I think that the manager said that to players a couple of times. It takes an awful lot, particularly because of the changes in management, the COVID situation, injuries. It's been such a challenging season for everybody, mostly for the players, because they don't want to get out there every week, Saturday, Tuesday, running and working so hard. And you see that with how we've tried to play. They do put a lot of effort and they put a lot of fitness into it. So with 2 games to go, you can see that we're still working as hard as we can do to try and get results. But they were fine this morning. I thought they were in good spirits and all looked fine.
I know this has already been covered with Aaron, but Tom Bloxham, what a debut from him, a young lad. How would you assess his performance?
No, it's great. Listen, personally, because I've known Tom for a few years now, just great for his point of view to get out there, first of all. It's great that the manager is he's obviously looked at different things about him, and I think he deserves a start. And I thought he did really, really well. I think he handled himself well, because it is obviously going to be quite nervous for any 17-year-old to get into a first team League One game. But we all thought he did well. He worked really hard, as we expect him to, use his attributes, and there's so much more potential in him, because he's obviously played wide and can play through the middle, and he's still learning obviously how to play the game, because he is young. But I say we're fortunate having somebody like Aaron is gold dust in the manager, because they can really help him, along with myself and the rest of the staff, about learning that position more. But no, I'm just delighted for him and for his family. They're all waiting for him after the game out in the car park, so it's great. It's great to see that with Charlie a couple of weeks ago, and then obviously Tom this week. It's a real positive sign for the football club, and most importantly positive for those young boys.
I mention this in every interview that we do, but the game's highlighting the success and the success stories of the Salop Academy, and then that pathway that's really important.
Yeah, no, but since I've come in here 2 years ago, we really wanted to get back to bringing as many players through the academy as we can into the first team. That was a directive from the chairman and from Brian Cobble, chief executive. So we've worked really hard to bring players like Tom to the club. I mean, my head of recruitment, Gary Wharton, does an incredible job. Incredible job, the amount of players that he manages to find and bring in. And then our job as coaches then to try and refine that and improve it and work really hard to try and make those players to the next level. And Tom's a great example of that, where Gary picked him out from playing at a boys' club when he was actually going to look at someone else, but Tom caught his eye, brought him in, and then obviously we signed him, and the rest is history. And it's been hard work from Tom, and he does work hard every day, puts the right effort in, listens, takes things on board, and then because of all that work he's put in, he's now getting the opportunity with the first team, which is great.